Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the news. Oh my gosh, we have just an action-packed. The news it's thick, guys. But before we get to the news, of course, let's check out the weather.
Oh yeah.
Fernando, my friend, compadre, teammate, worker, co-worker, whatever. What is the news like? What is the weather like?
The news is bad.
Yeah.
Right now the weather is a 79.
79 and rising.
Yeah.
Ooh, gosh, look at that.
High is gonna be 80. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
We know. But that's good. It's good. It's a good weather right now.
Yeah, it seems like it's probably pretty decent weather throughout the states. So if you guys listening seem to all be agreeing with it's not bad. It's not bad. It seems like summer is rolling in nicely.
Yep.
You know, winter sucked for most people, and we had a late winter.
Yeah. In
some places, so it seems like it's just it's ramping up to what's probably going to be a nice, beautiful summertime.
Yeah.
And I figure by July 4th or the 4th of July, I feel like most COVID restrictions will be lifted because of most people getting pricked. And so, we'll be able to go back to backyard barbecues and having friends and family over and drinking Corona by the pool and all the stuff that I typically don't do. So I think it'll be great. I'm looking forward to blowing off some fireworks with actual people instead of FaceTiming some fireworks shows. But with that, hey, that takes us to the news. And, well, we have some stories today that are good, bad, indifferent, however you want to say it. The first story up is, hey, let's be honest. Right now, and I see this for the next few months, the news is going to be thin.
Okay.
All the products that were going to come out, meaning the 10 products that were going to come out for 2021 that were already in the pipeline. Yeah. Because you guys got to remember, it takes about 2 years for a manufacturer.
Sometimes more.
To make a product from start to finish. Yeah. That's being conservative. We know this because we've tracked course with Kicker on a lot of their products. We've tracked this with Audio Control. So the two companies that we have a lot to do with, a company like Sound Digital, on the other hand, their product, it's 6 months because that guy is just, I don't think he ever sleeps. I don't sleep. I don't think that guy even knows what a bed is because he wakes up. The owner of Sound Digital. The guy that builds all their amplifiers and stuff. Because he'll wake up and be like, "Hey, we have a whole new amplifier series.
Guys, wake up, let's go."
Yeah, let's go. So it's their turnaround time is way high. But with that being said, that most stuff that was in the pipeline is now out, and there is no new development really going on. We know there's a couple more things coming a little later this year, but I feel like these shows are going to be increasingly difficult. But that's okay because that's who cares? It's more just fun and getting your take and my take on real world from the Bay. This is dumb. This is cool. I can't wait. So with that being said,
not that one.
What the heck? Metro ships new Jeep replacement camera. Now, some of you guys are going to be like, wait a minute, we know this. We already knew this, but this is not a Jeep Wrangler. As you can clearly see from this picture, this is not a Jeep Wrangler. This is for the Gladiator. Earlier this year, they released the JL backup camera replacement for the factory camera. The reason why you have to do this is, unless you're going with a high 10 or an Alpine Restyle radio, they have adapters to retain the high def camera. Most radios are not high def camera compatible and or are only compatible with their high def camera system. So Kenwood offers high def cameras, but it's their camera system, and Jeep uses a different version of that. It's we can't all agree on the same thing. Actually, back to VHS versus Beta for those of you that remember that war. You remember it was yesterday, right?
Oh, totally. Yesterday.
Yeah. It's up right there with all your cassettes. Anyways, so this camera is designed to go into the factory location. You pop out the factory, you pop this into place. It's a perfect fit, but allows you to replace the radio and keep a factory backup camera location. I love this idea. I don't like the fact that you're losing the high-res camera because, my God, that camera is so sexy.
Oh my God, it's one of the things that I love about the Jeeps.
I don't want to replace the radio just because the camera looks so good.
Exactly.
I mean, a high 10, we keep it pixel for pixel.
Yes.
I mean, well, okay, we don't keep it pixel for pixel because the high 10 does down res it a little bit because it's not 1080. It's like 9 something.
60?
Yeah, something weird like that.
Yeah.
But it still looks good on a high 10.
Okay, so the question I have is, you as a manufacturer, backup camera manufacturer, why not develop a HD camera? And we know it's possible.
Well, there again, it just comes down to, right now it's kind of the wild, wild west of HD cameras. Most radios are 480.
But, okay, why?
Why are they 480?
No. Why we don't come out with an HD camera? Knowing...
Because there's no screen to play it on. That's it.
But, but the future is right
there. We're not worried
Just
about the future. We're not
knocking at the door.
We're not shipping the future. We're shipping 480 radios.
Perfectly fine.
So if you're shipping a 480 radio, why do you need a high def camera? Dude,
all these cars come with the nice cameras.
No, they don't.
I mean,
we literally pulled out the we pulled out the Caravan yesterday, the Dodge Caravan that is the reason why the HD camera exists. That was a 2018, and that camera was so bad on that new high-res Kenwood that the customer said, "What'd you guys do to my backup camera?"
Okay, what I'm talking about is like now they see Jeep, right? Nice camera. It's another car like Cadillac.
Okay, so I'm sorry. That's where the 6 is. It's 600 lines.
There you go. Thank you, man.
Thank you. I always get that confused.
Cadillac.
There's a 6 in there
all
somewhere.
These guys with the premium cars, they have these backup cameras.
Yeah, but they really don't. Because, like, there's very few manufacturers out there right now that have high-res cameras as far as on their car. Chrysler was definitely, like, right on point coming out with a backup camera. Now, everything past that point, I'm sure, on a Chrysler is going to be high-res. We know iData is working on some form of a backup camera adapter. You know, PAC isn't because it's like they're only concerned with the high 10, and they've got it for the high 10, so it switches.
So, like, the good thing about that is, like, the company is just one, right? So they can go to that department, and it's like, hey, listen, we gotta work with this radio, put your camera. And then
well, that's nice.
That's how
well, I mean, if you get the new floating screen Kenwood or the new 9000 series Kenwood. You put the high-res HD camera that Kenwood makes on it.
Oh my God!
It's freaking gorgeous. It's beautiful.
Yep.
So they make it.
See, that's what I want. I want a nice camera that you can, but like.
But there again, it's like we
no
know
radios.
Like we know, yeah. So I mean, it's like this is a great solution.
I just want a nice camera that works on anything.
Well, this is exactly, and like everyone has always said, it's like, dude, these guys are so far behind. I mean, yes, we all know the screen that comes on your phone is like it's insane, the resolution of this, but it's also this is like a $1,500 phone that's price is change. You know, there's a lot of things going on. So
720 HD.
Yeah, 25 hertz. Yeah. But either way, point is if you have a Jeep Gladiator and you want to have that backup camera function and you're not doing a high 10 or Alpine Restyle,
Metro got you covered.
Metro's got you covered. They make a replacement camera for it. And it's not like you can't put... See, here's the thing. Most people aren't going to keep that thing for 3 years.
No.
So it's not like you could say, hey man, put this in for now, and then 2 or 3 years when the market changes or the adapter comes out, we can put it back in.
Yeah.
No one's gonna do that. That backup camera is gonna get lost forever.
No,
but at least there's a manufacturer that's trying to do something. And instead of, it's the path of least resistance. It's the fastest to market. Like, we can make a camera way faster than we can make an adapter that down-reses the image. So let's just do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you know, and it's cheap. It's cheap. It's like, what, $90 or something like that? So, you know, pretty cool there. All right, so this is a weird story. Yeah. And we'll just bring this one up. And I don't even understand why she picked this Android's Key new car, because it's not even really a story about Android. So, because Apple has the same thing. So even though they're saying Android, don't really read too much into that. I think what it was is Android had a show, which is what you see in this picture, and so they talked about it. But Apple's actually had this for a while, and basically what it is, apparently it's too much work to carry your car keys. I didn't know this. I didn't know this was an issue, but the idea is you don't even have to carry a car key. Just like you don't have, your phone is your life now. So now it'll be your credit card. You can pay for your latte, mocha, whatever.
Yep.
I was at the gas station the other day, and we were buying Slurpees, so it was a 7-Eleven. And the guy walks in as we're walking around the store just looking at candy and stuff. And the guy goes, "Oh my gosh, you guys don't take Apple Pay? Let me go out to my car and see if I can find my credit card."
Yeah.
I'm like, who? I mean...
Okay, so another story, funny. Go put some gas, right?
Yep.
These gas stations always have problems with the credit card machine.
Yes.
So I know it's going to have a problem. I know. So I'm like, are you sure you don't want to use the other one? Because they have two different ones for like credit cards and a debit card or something.
Okay.
I don't know. So it's like, no, you got to use this one. I'm like, listen, I know because I always come here and I like the gas station. It's just quite
Yeah, I was going to say.
So right. I like the gas station. I go there, I buy chips and soda.
Yeah.
I put the credit card, boom, decline. And it's like, your card is declined. And I'm like, yeah, that's a problem that you guys have in the credit card. Yeah, no. So it's like, do you have the chip so you can pay? And I'm like, yeah. So put it on.
Yeah.
Done. Right? But I feel more people start using
it's
their
a slow
phones
burn.
for everything.
It's a slow burn. And as a side note there, do you know that gas stations are actually paying fines for their card swipe? So it is a mandate by the banks that you have to have the chip reader, not the strip reader. So gas stations are being fined daily or monthly or whatever it is. When you have the old put in, slide out, they get fined for that. So like, it's so weird because like I've been to some, like we have the gas station by my house, the little
in the corner, the blue one.
Yeah. Okay, they have a card reader. Okay, so you put the card in and it does its thing, and I think it's got a wave pay too. But up the street at the big gas stations like the 7-Eleven and stuff, they still have old school card readers. Yeah. They get fined for that every time they do that because it's too, the whole whatever. But I was talking, Drew's dad, he actually sells the conversion for the gas pumps. So that's how he makes. That's his job.
His money, yeah.
And no, the new credit card I have is the whole like magic thing. And I was doing something the other day. I was like, oh shit, it worked. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like there again, you kids, get off my lawn. But anyway, so this story is talking about how like your phone. As you walk up to your car, your phone is going to pair with the car and unlock your door. Right now, the only car that comes with this feature from Apple and Android is a BMW 5 Series that, of course, you have to pay extra for. There is a Kia, which I think someone just bought in the comments here, that has this also, or they just released a commercial talking about it. So Vox is working on an add-on for, Vox Directed is working on an add-on so that if you don't have this feature built into your car, it's something you can add. I'm assuming it's going to be for push-to-start cars only. Yeah. I mean, so like right now, I can take my phone and I can, with the new Ford, it's got the new Ford Start app. So what is it? There's an app on my phone. And as we're walking out to my car, I can tap it. Yeah, here it is, Ford Pass. So this is Ford Pass. and like it's got lock on, lock and start, directed and Arctic Start, and our the iData guys have had this for years. So like I can walk out to start my car, unlock the door, lock the door, do all that stuff. We've been able to do that, but we haven't been able to unlock the ignition.
Yeah.
So the car still waits to see that key in it. But I mean, like, I don't have to take my key out of my pocket.
It's insane.
But it's that, like, oh my God, I gotta put a key in my pocket.
These companies
I gotta put a key in my pocket.
These companies make us more lazy.
Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It's crazy. I was thinking, and I'm just waiting until like they put a chip on you, on your arm, on your wrist, and the only thing you have to do is do this.
Well, I don't think you'll have to do that. I mean, it's like, they're training.
Well,
us
I'm
with
just
the
saying, as soon as you open the door, it's like it senses the chip.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have Apple Pay on your watch now, so
Yeah.
I mean, you literally just gotta go boom like this.
Yeah.
Disney's made it, those magic bands. Disney has actually just switched it over to the watch. So if you've got an Apple Watch or
but not everybody's gonna use an Apple
no,
Watch.
I like wearing my Apple, I like wearing my Disney band. You know, it's like, it's coming. Oh, no doubt.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
See, like the phone, have a chip. Did you just?
Right.
This is totally.
Yeah. Well, it's like you said. Like Ford has the app on here. They just haven't ported it over to the watch yet. But DEI directed had ported it over to the watch, and I know there's there again. Aftermarket guys, we've had this for where you could just go to and just unlock the door and you're rocking and rolling.
Wipers
but it's that
arm.
It's that one extra step of not having to carry the key. I don't know, man. I mean, so now basically if you lose your phone, they can take all your money and they can steal your car.
Yeah.
Let's make it super easy for them. I mean, and whoever them are, there again. I don't know. I mean, I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
But because them are just some bad people over there. You know, them are not good. Real quick shout out. Thank you to CE Outlook. If you'd like to read these stories more in depth, we put the links to them now in the show notes. So if you're interested in, like, I want to read everything or find out where she sourced her material from, we've taken your advice. As always, we try to improve the show and make it better. So now we just put links to the stories that we talk about right there in the show notes. So after the show, I update it. So if these are stories that you want to know more about, or if you'd like to get ahead of us on the curve and find out, like, oh my gosh, there's more stories, which there is, but they don't have anything to do with, like, this group of people.
Or if you actually want to read the whole story, and there's
by all means, head over to CE Outlook and click the link below, and it will take you there. All right, so this next story is wonderful.
It is.
It's a spectacular story. And basically, I like this story because it's the first time. It's like, we all know this sucks.
What sucks?
We know that the supply chain sucks right now. Like, there is not enough product out there to, like, supply everyone. But we don't know when it's going to end.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have no clue. All right, so what am I getting at?
Yeah, well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Key facts about the shortage. This article is gold because what she's done is she's gone and she's figured out and by, she did the work. We're just going to steal it.
Exactly.
And report it to you. So we have a couple things, and this is cool, and this is why I really was excited about this article, because doom and gloom we get, it's out there, it's what it is, but we've never really had when is this going to end? So there's a 64% increase in price of aluminum compared to before the pandemic. 64% on aluminum. That means your CCA wire is not going to be that much cheaper than copper. However,
yeah, exactly.
However, copper is up 90% from last April. All right. So
it's still
going to be more expensive, but now you're paying now you're paying for CCA what you were paying for copper.
For copper. Yeah.
So Yay there. We got excited for a moment, only be extremely let down.
1 second, done.
Yeah.
That's it.
Steel is up 140%.
Oh my God. Now
140%.
the cars are going to be more expensive.
ABS plastic, what we use daily, when we know this, is up 50%. We're paying $90 plus for a sheet of 1/4-inch ABS. It's insanity.
And this is one of those things that, like, for example, you go to the car stereo shop and it's like, oh wow, you know, like last month or 2 months before you told me this price, and it's like,
it's more now.
I'm sorry, you know, if you don't put the deposit and you just like wing it, come on, I'm gonna do this the install today, then probably it's gonna be a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
the lead times for parts have increased by 20 to 100%. So like if you want to make something, now it takes 20 to 100% longer. For small to medium-sized companies, purchasing processors, the lead time is 42 weeks. It's less for bigger companies with deeper pockets. So basically, when it comes to the components, it's a pay-per-play market.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get something small built, be prepared to wait 42 weeks. 42 weeks, guys. There's 52 weeks in a year, all right? For those of you that don't play along at home. All right, so, and there again. So now, like, which we've talked to some manufacturers, products that were going to be released in 2022 have been moved all the way to 2024. Yeah. Like, 2022 is 100% just going to be a catch-up year. We're not going to see that evolution of the marketplace for pretty much everything. I mean, it's just not car audio. It's everything. We're going to have a very boring couple of years as far as, like, getting excited about new stuff. So like somebody like me and Fernando, they get excited every time something new is released. Yeah. It's just not going to happen. Like we're going to start seeing new products late 2023, early 2024, and it's like, oh, that sucks. Yeah. But okay, it is now taking upwards of 20 days to ship to clear ports, especially on the West Coast, where previously required only 5 to 7 days. So like this boat here, this boat is going to sit for an extra 15 days on the ocean, which it's not like they can abandon ship. Like, people have to stay on the ship. So you're sailing, and then now I have to pay that guy an extra 15 days to just sit on the ship and wait. Like, oh my gosh, yes. So it's really expensive to ship products now. Yeah. Okay, so let's get on to some of the actual, like, good news, as it were. Sony experts. Jesus. Okay, starting over. Sony expects supplies of the widely popular PlayStation 5 will remain low all the way through to 2022. So all you guys that are like wanting to get that PS5 and you've been like saving up and whatnot, put money down somewhere so that when that product comes in, you get one. Because 2022, like we said,
it's gonna be double the money.
Samsung expects its shortage on home appliances will extend into second half of this year. Originally, it thought the supplies would improve in the first quarter. Nope. And there again, this is Samsung. So basically, any washer, dryer, refrigerator from any manufacturer, they just reached out to Samsung, who makes a high-end product, which basically they're that company that's willing to spend more money to get bumped because they have the budget to do it, and it's just not happening. Now, I suppose when you look at more of your Roper brand that really doesn't have a lot of electronics in it, it's more old school gear driven, you could probably pick one of those up. Let's be honest, the $300 washers are where it's at. I mean, they last forever, guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
But my wife wants the one that like, you know, I don't always unload the machine, so I want it to just turn on every 2 hours, just to spin them around and keep them nice and fresh.
I just want LEDs in the washer and dryer.
Yeah, whatever. The largest semiconductor producer on the planet, TSMC of Taiwan, even makes some chips for Intel. That's how big they are. The company told 60 Minutes, that's right, the real news, a few weeks ago that it will catch up with supply by the end of June. But it would take another 7 to 8 months for the chips to work their way through the supply pipeline. So even though that they're gonna, like, they've ramped up and they're gonna have chips for everyone, you're still looking at 7 or 8 weeks before these guys can get back into putting this stuff back together. What's up, Car Gift?
Hey, Car Gift.
Shortages were the theme of a recent sponsored by Blue Slave Partners. That's a dumb name. Which expects shortages impacting home electronics and other markets to continue for the next 12 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically, you know. Okay, so this is the last part of this I wanted to get to. AKM is still 6 months or more from any sort of recovery. AKM, as you know, is the leading chip manufacturer for DSPs, the DACs, the ACs, and the DCs that go into these things. They're still 6 months before even getting to a recovery point, meaning to where they can even just like open the doors and say, hey, come back to work. So that at least kind of gives us an idea of where they're at and all of this, because, I mean, they're one of the biggest problems. LCD panels have been also on short supply. There, again, no reason to make a high-res radio yet because we can't even fulfill the orders on the basic radios that we have.
Yeah.
So switching to a high-res just doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically where we're at. We're looking at the next 12 to 18 months of just playing catch up. But I like this story because it at least kind of filled us into where everyone is at.
Oh yeah. Real quick, Mario. If you want your answers, your question answer, tomorrow 6 and 5-star car stereo.
6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Here in YouTube.
Not
5-star,
channel, but the 5-star.
5-star. We do Q&A in there, or if you follow us on 5-star car, 5-star car stereo.
The number 5-star.
On Instagram, we do
Daily.
Q&A too.
Daily with 5 minutes of 5-star. Yeah. The news channel is news.
Just news.
We don't tell you what 6.5 is to buy here.
Yeah, but we would love to answer your question.
Love to.
Just tomorrow or later tonight in Instagram.
Yes, and that's the news, guys.
That's right.
You struggled through that.
Yeah.
You haven't had enough coffee yet.
No, not yet. And that's right. I don't think they make cars anymore.
Who?
With steel.
With steel?
RVH say.
Well, even aluminum.
With steel.
Well, even aluminum is up, 40%. So, I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, man, these cars ain't getting any cheaper.
No. No, not anymore. But
tempted to go to a junkyard and look for aftermarket stereo equipment. Good luck, man. Most of that stuff gets stolen out of the cars long before
they get to the lot.
Like that Porsche that we did a couple weeks ago, or last week, just blur. That had the old Alpine amp in it.
Yeah.
I mean, someone tried to steal that amp out of the car before he bought it. That was why it was just kind of hanging out in the car. Right. It's pretty bad. He needs his burritos.
Hey, man.
They're actually sitting right over there. So there we go. 5 minutes, 20 minutes. What's the difference? Exactly. He's coffee with Valentina.
Coffee with Valentina? No, never tried that.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Like, that just sounds so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Young kids like manual windows. They think it's cool. Oh my God, dude.
Oh, wow. I never think about that.
All I gotta say is I'm so happy that cars don't have manual windows anymore. Because trying to get those stupid
Dude, that's how you do your workout, man.
Yeah, one arm.
But then you go to the passenger side.
It's like my dad, his one arm was always tan, because he'd drive around with his arm up on the window like this. And it was like this pasty white tan.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, maybe ride in the passenger seat for a while? Oh, no, man. No. All right, whatever.
Like the other day, because we have a DVD, Blu-ray player, still we have it in there. It's just because it's there. So Sebastian is like, what is this?
If there was someone who could figure out a way to make some chips in the next 6 months, would own everyone. And that's the thing, though. I mean, and that kind of without getting, and that's kind of where the United States is, if you think about it. If someone could do that, they would.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is like even the companies that were doing that, like Texas, where like the largest chip manufacturers exist for the automotive industry.
Yeah.
They got hit with. I mean, dude, guys, you have to look at this and understand. This was the perfect scenario of everything going wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, take COVID out of it. Even if COVID wouldn't have happened, this still probably would have happened, but not as severe. Because, like, that storm that hit Texas that wiped them out, that destroyed
the whole thing.
Just take a wrench, woo, party on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it wasn't one thing. It was just a perfect storm of everything falling. Like, this will never, like, last night I said, I think it's funny that the word never has just lost its meaning.
Yeah.
Because anytime someone says never, it's like, so basically what you're saying is there's a chance. Because
it's always a chance.
Never, like, doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Never is, this will never happen. Holy shit, it happened.
Hold my beer.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch.
No, totally, man.
So, yeah, anyways.
Hopefully by 2020,
hopefully
the end of the 2022, hopefully everything goes back.
I don't think it will. I think we're weird creatures here, and humans don't revert back.
So you don't think in the next year, like by the end of next year?
I think once this all goes, we're going to be a different group of people. I mean, we're already a different group of people.
So what does that mean? We're gonna have third eye?
No. I just think the way we do things are just going to have changed a little bit.
Okay.
I think a lot of people have learned a lot about themselves and or the way business exists, and I don't know. I hope that one day we're going to see pictures of people's in stadiums and fests and just freely going on.
See, like you say,
it's happening, but I don't know at what level it's going to go back
so
to.
right now, the NFL just announced that it's going to do full capacity,
right?
And like the mayor of the stadiums.
Yeah.
So, like I say, I feel that by the end of the next year, it's like, hey guys, nothing happening here.
Look at it like this: just because it is, doesn't mean they will come.
I want to have hope, man.
No,
don't kill my hope.
No, I'm not killing your hope. I'm just saying, just because they say this doesn't mean it will happen. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I don't know how people are going to be thinking about this, because what we've seen happen, there's always so who knows what it's going to be on the other side of this. Hopefully it'll all be better. I don't necessarily think it needs to go back to what it was. I think we need to have learned something from this and be better at it. So the bicycle industry got hit hard by fires. Dude, everything burned. Let's burn it all. Burn it all. Start over, right? Isn't that the movies? Isn't that the plot for the movies? I want to burn it all to the ground. Burning the banks down so that we can build it up anew. Forget that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to the news. Of course, leave comments. We love to read them about the news. And if you have any stories that you'd like our opinion on or like us to cover and it's not on CE Outlook, by all means, let us know. You can email me, and I will gladly peruse them and add them in if they're something that we can have a healthy debate on. Otherwise, we'll see you guys later today, possibly on 5 Minutes of 5-Star. Otherwise, we'll definitely see you on Instagram tomorrow to remind you of the Saturday show. With that, go with whatever God you pray to and have a great Friday, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Bye, guys.